Good afternoon. Welcome to Teleislas News, the most relevant and important information of the day. Around 12 noon in the Backroad sector, a man who was apparently had been in prison was shot and killed. He was taken on a motorcycle by close relatives to the departmental hospital, where he arrived without vital signs. The authorities so far have not pronounced themselves on the unfortunate case. In other news, RISA leaders in a letter asked the departmental governor not to include Oswaldo Madariaga in the new shortlist to be director of the OCRE again.
A group of RISA citizens sent a letter to Governor Everett Hawkins asking not to include Dr. Oswaldo Madariaga, current director of the OCRE, in the shortlist of the candidate to this office. In response to this, the Teleislas news team spoke with the RISA leader, Augusto Francis, to know his position. The leader said that it's not only necessary to change the director, but also the entire board of directors.
We would be unjust interpretation of the letters then just exact that the director not go back again to the post as director of the OCRE office, but also the directive board of the office. We have to ask them not to go back. Also, we have a finding mechanism to permit them not to go back again because they know they comply with the Decree 2762 from 1991 and the 2171 from 2001. The director board not comply during 30 years with the duty to preserve and to take care of the institution of the racial ethnic group of people. So what we have to do, and in my conception, we have to ask not only the director not to go back, but also the directive board. I understand that some people is there that from Ministerial Interior, police, migration, but they don't represent us at all. They don't have the feelings with us as an ethnic group. So we have to find a mechanism for them people not go back and maybe make the people oneself take the determination and elect who they want.
For its part, the letter sent to the departmental governor and signed by several RISA read as follows, and I quote, "In addition to the above, the impressive corruption that has existed and continued to exist in that agency and the arrogance of the current director has led us to create a movement formed by a grassroots organization registered with the Ministry of the Interior and other activists in order to demand compliance with the rules enacted for the protection of the ancestor people as well as the rights of the archipelago." In this way, the letter kindly requests that the current director not to be included in the shortlist.
The AM indicated that the second rainy season began in the country and increase in rainfall is expected. So they provide recommendations to take into account, since at the same time it's highlighted that the hurricane season goes until November 30th.
In recent days, the Institute of Hydrology, Meteorology and Environmental Studies, IDEAM, indicated that at the beginning of the second rainy season in the country, an increase in rainfall is expected. In the southwestern Caribbean and the archipelago, the conditions of the last few weeks will be maintained. IDEAM informs that the largest reports indicate that, open quotes, cloudiness and rainfall will increase over the Orinoco and the Amazon, remaining over the Pacific region, sectors of the central and northern Andean and over the Caribbean, including the maritime zone, close quotes. This also includes the archipelago of San Andres and Old Providence. In addition, as the entity has been reporting, it is estimated that this second rainy season, specifically in September and October, will have the rainiest months in recent years, with values above 50% of historical averages due to the La Niña phenomenon. These could be accompanied by thunderstorms. Therefore, it is important that departmental authorities and the community take the necessary measures against possible flooding that could occur due to the high incidence of storms, which could reach 60%.
In order to ensure the proper handling of food in the department, the local government conducted a new training day on sanitary regulations for food and beverage.
Personnel from the Food Inspection, Surveillance and Control Program of the Secretariat conducted a training session for employees of hotels affiliated to Colterco San Andres section on the current regulations and sanitary concept, highlighting the importance of safety and preventive control of food quality provided to guests in order to avoid diseases caused by the consumption of food in poor condition.
En el día de hoy nos reunimos con los hoteleros a través de la...
Today we met with hoteliers with the support of Cotelco to socialize the health requirements to be met by these food establishments in terms of training plan, sanitation plan, and to tell them about the issue of inspection based on risk. The idea is that they understand how to design these plans and that they must comply with them. We must guarantee that tourists who come to our island do not get sick, because we would have a bad image of the islands, not of a particular hotel, but of the islands.
The Health Secretariat points out that it is of vital importance that the hotel sector complies with all sanitary measures in the handling and preparation of food in order to avoid cases of food poisoning to visitors that could tarnish the image of the island.
Y debemos garantizar de que los turistas que lleguen
That they arrived and got sick because they consumed something that was not prepared in good sanitary conditions. Within those aspects is that the food that is prepared must be of safe origin. The water must be of safe origin. The personnel that works must comply with adequate hygienic practices.
The training on sanitary regulations that the Health Secretariat is conducting has already offered informative talks to the fishing sector and establishments that sell and commercialize cold meats so that all sectors of the island conduct a correct preventive control in the quality of the food consumed in the department.
The General Secretariat Portfolio, in alliance with ESAP, will be conducting a training on state contracting for all a new government program.
In order to strengthen the knowledge management, planning and execution of plans, programs, and projects of the current government of the department, a training will be held next Friday, September 2nd.
A training on state contracting has been scheduled for next Friday, September 2, from 8 a.m. to 12 noon and from 2 to 5 p.m. in the auditorium of the Departmental Archive facilities located on the Hill sector. This training is aimed at all the entities of the archipelago.
The official also explained the topics covered in the training provided by the local government and the ESAP.
Illegal constitutional background, principles of state contracting, purposes of state contracting, selection modalities, typology of state contracts, regime of inabilities and incompatibilities, nullity of contracts, planning principle, liquidation of contracts.
The Secretary General Rita Amador emphasized the invitation to train all the public entities to contribute to the strengthening of the current government plan and achieve a better execution of the same.
Much attention to the following news. The incentives for higher education students are already available for beneficiaries to cash their payment at the different points available on the island.
From last Thursday, August 25th to next September 13, payments will be made to the participants in Young Action belonging to higher education institutions and SENA apprentices who submit their report. Beneficiaries will be able to collect the incentive through DaviPlata and through the same platforms in wire transfer service. Some of the physical points available for the diligence are located in the Simpsonwell and Obrero neighborhood, Efecti Rockpole Avenue, Las Americas Avenue, Quiniajen neighborhood, Cajasay, and in the main warehouse of Servientrega.
The Cultural Center of the Republic Bank in San Andres invites you to continue the journey around the memories, research, and retrievers of the music produced in the Greater Caribbean region and the archipelago through the lecture series Son Fanya.
In 2022, the series of conference Son Fanya will be developed around the question: how does the process of adaptation of music to the particularities of the Caribbean universe take place? Does music crystallize? To reflect on these questions, 6 conferences and 2 conversations will be held during this year with participation of musicians, researchers, and music lovers of the Caribbean music.
Sound Fanya is a cultural project that for a couple of years has been conducting a series of meetings called Sound Fanya. Precisely, it is a series of activities where musicians share research results. In this 5th meeting, we will have Elkin Yams, and he brings us a lecture on sound identity to music appreciation.
The event will be tomorrow, Wednesday, August 31st from 4 p.m. at the Republic Band and remotely.
And now it's time for Sport News with Victor Fosalba.
Hello, here are the best sports of the islands. San Andres has been once again a scenario for a magnificent event. An event that had brought more than 300 athletes to participate in a triathlon that is named the Rastaman. An event called Rastaman in its first edition took over the beaches and streets of San Andres, attracting about 300 athletes and more than 800 supporters who came to enjoy this Rastaman triathlon competition. Its sea of 7 colors with its crystal clear water and white coral sand beaches. The organization of the event was up to par thanks to the support of the departmental government, the Navy, and other departmental institutions. We talked with one of the coordinators of the event, Luis Fernando Harb, who told us.
This event is a triathlon race. This is a long-distance triathlon race. We have 1,900 meters swimming, 90 kilometers in bike, and 21 kilometers in running. We have near of 300 participants, and they come from everywhere in Colombia. We are so glad to have this event here. So we expect that the next year more islanders join us and come and participate. San Andres and Providence, young people, the sports is the answer. Come and practice triathlon, football, basketball, baseball, whatever you want. But this is the answer. This is the way we go out. This is the way we grow up. This is the way we know the whole world. This is the way that you need to go out.
With the idea of continuing to grow internationally, the Rastaman will return to the archipelago with its next version of international level, according to Harb. Another event that has taken over the island is roller skating, with a lot of participants that has brought a lot of people here to the islands. With the participation of more than 60 clubs from various cities, the Sea of 7 Colors Cup was held in the Erwin O'Neill Stadium in San Andres. The event was attended by a large number of skaters in different categories who came from different departments to compete and enjoy the sport of the small wheels. From the Department of Sucre, Carolina Contreras expressed it this way.
Venimos de Cincelejo, Sucre.
We come from Cincelejo, Sucre. We are very happy to be in this event and in this excellent competition. Thanks to God, all the children were excellent competitors. We achieved our goal, which was to win medals, and here we are contributing to Cincelejo in terms of earning medals with all our children. Thank you all for this invitation.
Another participant from Bolivar was Francisco Lopez.
Vengo del departamento de Bolívar.
I come from the department of Bolivar. I bring approximately 62 children. Excellent. This is the 5th time I come here to San Andres. Excellent event. I thank the staff of San Andres who have treated us very, very, very well.
It was an event that left satisfied competitors and companions who were integrated and shared with competitors from different departments, as stated by Francisco Lopez. And this will be all in sports for the moment. I am Victor Fusalva, Teleislas News.
Thank you, Victor. With Sport News, you reach the NFL broadcast. We see you tonight at 8 p.m. with more Teleislas News. Good afternoon.